It's would to see what can a person be surprised at in our time. We probably won't even be surprised if we see a living dinosaur on the street, but it only seems to us. There are a lot of amazing creatures in the world what you would really want to see live without TV and the internet. And they are sometimes as inaccessible to humans as prehistoric animals. This will further increase your interest. After all, we are such people, curious. We need emotions and amazing sensations. Let's look in the animal world, which is not yet fully open to human society. Amazing wildlife of New Zealand broke away early from the Gondwana supercontinent, creating a unique ecosystem. Local birds have adapted to play the roles of animals. Many of them have become flightless due to the lack of predators. Everything changed about 800 years ago with the arrival of the Polynesian navigators. Then the land they called Aotearoa, the country of the lone white cloud, became the last large part of the land inhabited by people. About 75% of local flora is truly unique. Most plants have been crawling since the Cretaceous period. These plants grew at a time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Indigenous animals are here once or twice encountered. Yes, do not be surprised, but there are many other creatures here what will be very interesting to you. So, who lives here from animals? Sea lions. Unfortunately, declining populations have meant that these majestic marine mammals are now largely restricted to a few regions and subantarctic islands. Male sea lions are darker in color and families and have a lifespan of 25 years. The bats. Several species of bats live in New Zealand and some of them are already endangered. The New Zealand bat or the New Zealand cheese-winged bat is a very surprising animal. These are the only bats what lead a predominantly terrestrial lifestyle. They inhabit the forested areas of New Zealand and some neighboring islands. During the day they sleep in tree hollows, small caves, rock crevices. They are also able to use their teeth to dig shallow holes in the ground and expand hollow trees. Sometimes they occupy the burrows of seabirds. They form colonies of up to 700 individuals, active at dusk and at night. Food, unlike other bats, is found mainly on tree branches and on the ground, in which they run beautifully, leaning on folded wings. They climb well. Wide rigid wings allow them to take or frame the surface of the earth. This is Big Moa. The Latin name is Dinorni, which translates as terrible bird. A huge ground bird that lived in the forest and foothills of both islands, reach 3 meters or more in height. The egg of this feather weighed about 7 kilograms. The bird lived on the archipelago for 40,000 years until the 16th century. Eagle host, a feathered predator that lived in the modern historical era. The weight of the bird is estimated at 10 kilograms. The wings could open up to 2.5 meters. This makes the eagle one of the largest birds of prey. It is assumed that eagles preyed mainly of flightless moas. They shared the fate of their victims. The eagles became extinct shortly after the settlement of the archipelago by the Maori. Another resident of New Zealand, Hateria. The body length of the Tuataria lizard is about 18 centimeters. The weight reaches 1.3 kilograms. These creatures live for about 60 years. Zoologists have found Tuataria that have passed 100 years. Lizards are no longer found on the main New Zealand island. Tuataria are capable of breeding from the age of 20. They lay eggs once every 4 years. Low reproduction rates can lead to the final extinction of these reptiles. Look at this handsome guy, New Zealand viviparous geckos. Most of the time is spent in the crown of trees, where insects are cut. The body color corresponds to the habitat brown, sometimes green. Lizards 20 cm long. The genus Phyviparus, Aboriginal geckos, includes 12 species. These snake-like animals are sometimes called New Zealand skinks. This genus includes 20 species of skinks inhabiting New Zealand. The main feature of the skinks is the cover resembling fish scales. The subcutaneous layer is reinforced with bone plates, osteoderms. Insectivorous lizards, uncommon in all biotopes of the archipelago. The Maori country presents to you one more of its inhabitants. This genus includes 20 species of skink inhabiting New Zealand, Archie frogs, living in very limited range of the Coromandel Peninsula, which is in the northeastern part of the North Island. They reach 3 cm in length. Males take part in breeding tadpoles. They bear offspring on their backs. There are also Hamilton's frogs, Hochstetter frogs, and Maud Island's frogs, an almost extinct species of frog. Unfortunately, attempts to restore the number of amphibians have so far been unsuccessful. More than 1,000 species of spiders inhabiting the archipelago have been described. Approximately 95% are native, non-enlising insects. There are practically no poisonous animals in New Zealand. This disadvantage is compensated by 2-3 types of poisonous spiders. The most interesting are 3 parts of New Zealand. The Katipo spider is a poisonous endemic species of the black widow genus. Deaths due to spiders' bites have not been recorded for 200 years, but insect venom can cause hypertension arrhythmia. The Australian widow is a dangerous poisonous spider, belong to the genus of black widows. Small, less than 1 cm, insect is armed with a neurotoxin that can cause pain shock. Nelson's cave spider is the largest New Zealand spider. The body is 2.5 cm in diameter, together with the legs 15 cm. The spider lives in caves in the northwest of the South Island. Fishing spiders are part of the genus Dolomites. They lead in aquatic lifestyle, most of the time spent off the shore of the reservoir, noticing the ripples. They attack an aquatic insect. Some individuals are able to catch fry, tadpole, small fish. And this is the symbol of New Zealand, the kiwi bird. During the First World War, New Zealand soldiers were called Kiwi because on the emblem on the sleeve. Gradually, this nickname became associated. The weight of adult birds varies from 1.5 to 3 kilograms. Birds preferred a land away alive. The kiwi wing has degraded to a length of 5 centimeters. Only one function remains behind it. The bird hides its beak under it for complacency and warming. Kiwis are monogamous, territorial birds. The result of mating is 1, sometimes 2 eggs of outstanding size. The weight of the kiwi is 400 grams, that is about a quarter of the weight of the family. This is a record among egg-laying animals. In southern kiwi is a bird found in the west of the South Island, lives secretly active only at night. Northern brown kiwi lives in the forest but does not avoid the agricultural areas of the North Island. The large grey kiwi is the largest species, weighing up to 6 kilograms. Small grey kiwi, the range of the bird has narrowed to the territory of Kapiti Island. In the last century, he has still met on the South Island. Rowi inhabits a small region of Akarita, a protected forest in the South Island. Owl parrot or cockapoo bird, in flightless bird from the large parrot family, for the tendency to nocturnal activity for a distinct facial disc like those of owls. This bird is called an owl parrot. Ornithologists consider this New Zealand endemic, one of the most ancient parrots in existence. The bird is quite large. Body length reaches 60 centimeters. An adult weighs from 1 to 4 kilograms. There are very few owl parrots left, just over 100 individuals. Kakapo are taken under protection and practically personal account, but kakapo only lay 2 eggs. This does not allow us to hope for a quick recovery in their numbers. Jumping parrots. Parrots that have mastered the lower tier of the forest. The green color of the plumage helps to camouflage among the grass and leaves, but this survival strategy proved ineffective against alien small predators and rodents. 2 species of jumping parrots have become extinct. Successful keeping and breeding in captivity offers hope for the conservation of the remaining species. The Antipodes parrot is a small jumping parrot. The length from the beak to the tail does not exceed 35 centimeters. They live in the subantarctic territories. Yellow-fronted jumping parrot. The length of the birds is about 25 centimeters. The upper part of the head is lemon colored, distributed throughout the archipelago. Red-fronted jumping parrot live in pairs, sometimes gather in groups. They feed on the roots of plants, dig them out the substrate for rest and sleep, are placed in the crowns of trees. The mountain jumping parrot is a small, no more than 25 centimeters long, green parrot. The top of the head are painted red, inhabits the South Island. Fur seals also represent the fauna of New Zealand. Seal colonies were coming throughout the archipelago. What about snake, you ask? But in New Zealand, unlike Australia, there are no snakes at all, from the word at all, and not only do they not exist in the wild, you will not even meet them in locale and research laboratories. Snakes are literally outlawed in New Zealand. It is strictly forbidden to keep and breed reptiles of this species. Its fine will threaten you even if you just saw a snake and did not report it to the right place. Yes, there are no terrestrial snakes, but there are 2 species of sea snakes, yellow-bellied bonito and the already visible sea kite, are still found on the waters of New Zealand. However, this snake never crawl out onto land, and the cases of their appearance near the New Zealand coast are quite rare. In the same time, both species are poisonous, but do not pose a serious danger to humans, since they are too small for their venom to penetrate human skin when bitten. Thank you for watching this episode to the end. Please like and leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and also don't forget to click on the bell to be first to see new and interesting releases from the Real Unreal channel.